Okay, so a lot of people have been asking me, how exactly can you take Anki and make it into a multiple choice quiz? First, what you want to do is get your deck ready. You can use basically any deck, but basically you want to use decks that don't have a lot of fields to them. So what I'm doing is I'm just using the High 6 Remember the Kanji, the 3007 version, which is all the remembering kanji. Um, so just open it up. What I want to do is go to my card layout. And right now it's set up as the English option is on the top and the kanji is on the bottom. So what I want to do is I want to flip that. So I'm going to make it as the kanji on top and the English on bottom. Now this one only has, looks like 7 fields. So it looks like it's good. It should be able to convert to Microsoft Excel fine. Usually it'll probably give you about 5 rows or columns. So I'm going to close this. Let that work its magic while it's applying the changes. Okay, it applied the changes. So what I want to do is go to export and then go to um, fax and tab separated text file. Go to export, save it as remembering the kanji 3007, keep it the same as the deck, and save it. Minimize the Anki window, open it up here in the text file just to preview it, and it looks like it's all good to go. So I go down here to Excel, already have it open, go to File, Open, go to your desktop, wherever you save the text file, go to All Files, under your file name so you can find it, and go to the RTK 3007 or whatever you named it to, click Open, and right now you're going to choose the option where it says choose the file type that best describes your data. Go to delimited, don't click fix width. Um, and it's UTF-8 is the Unicode. Click next, and go to, since you want it tab separated, that's what Anki exported it as in the text file, so you want to go to tab. But if you have something else, another CSV file like from another language program or another website, you can always choose different option here, whichever separate your tabs. But you want to go with tabs here. Click next, leave that on general since it's just general text. Click finish. Okay, so now you have here, you have your kanji and you have your English meanings right here. Now these fields, the D, E, and F, were the stroke counts, um, the additional information and things like that, but you don't need those fields. I mean, if you want to have those fields, it's going to create extra problems, but you usually just want 2 fields because we're going to be taking it to Teach 2000, which is another program. So you want to select D, E, and F, and G. You don't need any of these fields, and click delete. Okay, so now you just have your A and B, and now what you want to do is copy these 2 fields. So highlight A, hit Control and hit B, or what you can do is just hit Control A and copy every single thing. And then what you want to do is hit copy. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to go to Google, go to, let's see, open up my window here, go to Google, type in Teach 2000, should say Free Memory Trainer Teach 2000, click that, click download, click on the full version, click download, and then set it up, teach853.exe, or you can do the zip file. So once you get that all set up, I shouldn't have to lead you to the installation. Double click on Teach 2000, the tip of the day, close that. So in your input here, you can go to simple input or advanced input, but what you want to go to is probably just a simple input. You can go to advanced input, but I'm not too sure about how that works. Like if you wanted more fields like in Anki, I guess you can put those in. But just go to the simple input for now. And what you want to do it as is tab, since that's what your text file was created as. And since you copied it from Excel, just go here and let's just do it again just to refresh our brains. Click copy. go here to Teach 2000, click Paste. And then what it will do is have all the kanji and then the English definitions. Click down. Okay, so now you have your question and you have your answer. So what you're going to want to do here is go to Test. And now what you can do is you can change your type. What I like to do is I like to go to 5 multiple choice. So you can click the 5 multiple choice. Now here's the good part. You can select different selections. Since there's 3007, you probably don't want to learn 3007 all at one time. So let's say you wanted to make a selection. What you can do is you can divide it into, what I like to do is divide it into parts of 50. Click Divide Test into parts, and I select part 1 all the way down to part 61. So it's in 50 parts of 50, which is what I'm doing now. So let's just select part 1, and you can go to you can go to the complete selection, go to previously made mistakes, top 10 problem questions, only new questions. Now here's the thing, if you want to go to answer, you can do it, put the answer on top and put the question on the bottom, or you can do it both ways. Now what I like to do is I like to go in random order, or you can go in standard order, or you can go backwards. And like I've shown here, I like to do multiple choice. There's also a puzzle method. There's a normal one where you just write it in. A lot of people like to say they like to do multiple choice, or sometimes they like to write it in because they like to keep it, the Anki way. Or you can do a flashcard quiz, which is really cool. You can do the writing test. The Space Invaders is just a drop down old school type of game where the words drop down in little spaceships and you have to type in the English meaning in a certain amount of time. Or you can do the English teacher, which is another cool method. So what you want to do here is now the interval training from Paul Pimsleur is basically the spaced repetition. So it's going to keep reviewing something uh, however long or however good you answer that question in the amount of time, how long it takes you. The program is automatically set up where your knowledge of that character or that word or that phrase or that item, whatever question it is, it'll log that and it'll take that information and it'll apply that to your review. So it's just the same as Anki. So you can set it up where you can do it at a certain amount of time and it'll all be recorded here in your logbook. Now what I like to do is I just like to do repeat errors. So what that does is you go through all of them. The ones you got wrong will show up at the end. You go through the ones you got wrong, you answer those correctly, and then you're done. It'll give you a grade, and then basically that's how it does. Now repeat is basically you go through the deck twice. So you just go through all of them, even if you got it wrong, it doesn't care. You just go through it twice, and then no repetition. You just go through it once, and then you're done. It doesn't matter about anything else. So here, these are self-explanatory. Ignore case, ignore punctuation, ignore numbers, ignore accents, ignore text between brackets. Okay, so what you want to do here is go to your settings and preferences because you probably want to customize this. Go to edit. This is self-explanatory, the edit section. Now here, the duration to explain correct answers. So if you want to, if you select the wrong answer, it displays the correct answer for, I have it set for 2 seconds, but you probably want to change that if you want it to display longer so you can sort of get it imprinted in your brain. You can change it to how many ever seconds you want to. Now here, the grading system. At the end of your reviews, it gives you a grading system. You can change that between USA, European, French, Classic Dutch was a 1 through 10, and Japanese F through A, German 6 through 1, and it'll show you here on this logbook right here what your grade is so far for whatever item you're currently working on. And you can also change it where it'll show you a different smiley face while you're taking the test, which is kind of cool. The advanced section is just which files do you want to import or change it to. So here's another cool thing. What you can do is you can take the sound on and off. So let's see here. If I put the sound on, and then I know this kanji is doctor, so I'll purposely get it wrong and say it's membrane. I don't know if you can hear it. I'll turn the volume up. So it'll sort of give you like a little laugh. So I know this one here is measurement, so I'll get it right. So it'll play it like a a sort of funny little sound too. A sort of positive sound. So those are the things that this program can do. So you can play with it. You can do all sorts of types of tests, but this is really good for multiple choice. So this is just another method for people who've always been asking about multiple choice to use with Anki. So that's basically it.